Hello, friends. Welcome. This is Kaylee Cross Stitch. I am Kaylee, and today is June 2nd, 2021. I'm recording a little bit later today, this week normally than I do. We just got back from a trip to Seattle, which I will show you pictures of if you would like to see those at the end. But it's been a mentally busy time, and I think that some of my struggles have been triggered by the thought of a big move. So I'm a little groggy mentally these days. And so just bear with me if I don't respond right away or if I don't answer a question right away. I will get to it, but it's just kind of life is taken a little bit of a toll, and especially saying goodbye to my students last week. That was really, really rough, and I still have not opened I haven't responded to some of the student emails that I've gotten because it hurts my heart so much. So, but you're not here for that. You're here for stitchy content, which I have quite a bit of, considering that I did not really stitch that much this week or month. But I'll show you what I have, and I will show you the haul that I have and why I have so much haul, mostly patterns. But yeah, welcome. We're going to start with Alabama. And I have not stitched on this since May, end of April, because I did black and white monogame, sort of. But here is the stock image. This is from Stitches Lover's Shop on Etsy, and I got it as a set of 50 patterns. And this photo that I took is a little bit different than the one that I purchased. It didn't have the state name on the one that I purchased. And here's where it was the last time you saw it. Let me make that one go away. Oh, look at Kaylee from Flosstube 11. Wow. So let me move this here and show you where it is at now. I just filled in a little bit, not over there. I filled in this green right here, and I was stitching this on the plane and in between activities in Seattle. So there's where we're at. This is stitched on 25 count easy guide fabric 1/1 using DMC floss, full cross. I didn't record how many stitches I did on it since you last saw it, so I'm just going to tell you my May stitch counts at the end. So second project, which I did not take with me to Seattle, this stayed at home, and it was the last part of my, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I miss you so. I don't know where that image went. Here, you can see it there. Oh, you can see where it was before. This is FOP, and stitched on 18 count Ada 2/1 full cross. And goodbye, Kaylee, from 2 weeks ago. This is where we're at. I only added one diagonal, excuse me. And it's kind of been slow going. After I made such a big surge on it, I don't know, this week is kind of rough. So that is where we're at. I don't know how much I'll be working on this month because I want to get back to all my other projects that I have neglected in the month of May. So we'll see if we get any more stitches in on that. Okay. That's all that I stitched. So let me tell you my May stitch counts. And it's less than usual. I don't know if I want to do a monogamous month again. I enjoyed it, but I got really sick of it, and I noticed that my stitch counts are lower than usual. So in May, I did 4,140 10 stitches. Most of those are in the Manhattan Beach project that I started last week, but I didn't stitch on that this week either. And then full crosses, I did 7,019, which is quite a bit less than some of my other months as far as stitch count goes. I mean, it doesn't really matter what your stitch count is, as long as the stitching that you're doing is making you happy. And mentally, I have not been at my happiest, so I think that's why I'm sort of lower. Excuse me. So, haul, while we're here, because that is stitchy content, yes. When we were in Seattle, we took a ferry to an island, Vashon Island, and there was this charming little bookstore, and I found this. I posted this on my Instagram. Ooh, glare. Hello. This is Barbara Hammet, Celtic Art in Cross Stitch. Over 75 beautiful designs. And I was just kind of excited to see a cross stitch book in a bookstore. And I had to buy one. They had some other ones, like some homey patterns, and there was one other book, but I don't remember. But it was this bookstore that had so many different kinds of books. It was awesome. And I found the cross stitch section kind of by accident. But it has some great patterns in here. Like this is the first one. That's a very beautiful tablecloth that you could stitch. And information that I have not read yet, but I'm meaning to get to. It's like sort of the inspiration for these designs. And then I did start to stitch a little guy. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I just stuck it in. Oh, showing you the pattern. I did a little bit with Ymir's silk. Birds of Paradise, I think this one is. And I just found a scrap, and I was like, I want to use the silk, but I need to try it on something small. And I did this like one night. I was just like, let's just stitch something. But yeah, it has lots of motifs and some projects, some good bookmark projects. Celtic Key. I have that one bookmarked. I want to do that one. I have the bookmarked. And then there's this cool dragon. There's lots of cool stuff in here. And the publishing date on this is 2002, so not quite vintage, but still a pretty good find, I think. So that was the first haul. And then on the 28th, technically the 28th, my pattern buying ban was up because I wanted to be able to buy some patterns for my birthday, which was on the 31st. And I didn't really buy any patterns the 28th. It was like, the pattern buying ban is up. And I was like, yay! And then I didn't really buy anything that day. But I did buy quite a bit of patterns. So let me show you this screen. First, hang on. Well, first I bought 2 Hades. This one has been floating in my wish list for a long time. This is Randal Spangler, A Van Gogh Night. No plans to start it. It made me laugh the first time I saw it, so I was like, I'm gonna stitch that eventually. It's a big one. 625 by 624, so that's lots of stitches. Then my wonderful friend Lindsay sent me this picture on Instagram, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be stitching that. Look at those little cows, and look at all the other animals. And it's also a big one, because I'm a Hade noob, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get the one that looks the most detailed, no matter if it's 550 by 733. So no plans to start that one either. But I can tell you that this one definitely will be stitched 10 stitch. I haven't decided on the Van Gogh Night. So then I went. These have been on my wish list in 123 Stitch because I'm a music teacher. I just search music on the cross stitch websites. Oh, I bought these from 123 Stitch, but the photos on everything cross stitch are a little bit better. So this is a set of 4. It's a Sing a Sampler by Silver Creek Samplery. And I just bought the patterns. Again, no plans, no real plans to start them, but they're very cute. And this goes to the song, Doe, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, not Diane, far, a long, long way to run, so, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to Doe. Rabbit, rabbit. And then the bottom says, when you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. And that's the counterpoint to that song in the movie. It's really cute. It's like, when you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Julie Andrews is great. So I couldn't not buy that, right? Like, I think that I'm starting to feel the pattern stashing is a hobby in itself. Because this has a lot of fancy floss, and your girl does not have very much fancy floss. And also I'm scared to make up my own conversion. But we'll see. When the patterns come, they might have a DMC conversion or something. So I can just be like, I'll just do that. And I'm not done. I have more. I bought 3 more Cliffside Stitches patterns on Etsy. This one has been in my wish list on Etsy since I had my pattern buying ban, the Greek Sampler. Because look at that. Look at how pretty that is. I just love the colors in that. The motifs are all really unique. Yeah, I love it. And because I love all of them, I was like, husband, which ones do you like? Norwegian Sampler. I got some Norwegian in me. You have to just stitch your heritage, maybe, if you want to. I guess I want to because that's really cute. I like it. Small motifs. And it has this version. You know, I've noticed a lot of Etsy sellers have like multiple versions of the pattern, so I'm not mad about it. And then the Romanian Sampler, this one is also gorgeous. Pretty much all the other samplers that are like heritage samplers are in my wish list on Etsy of Cliffside Stitches. And this might be the one designer that I just always have to have one going on. So that's the haul. I think that's all. I think. If I have anything else, I'll have to show it in the next one. So plans. I do. Oh my goodness, this is like. Well, it's only 13 minutes. We're getting there. So my plans. I kind of threw my plans of monogamy out the window and started that Manhattan Beach sunset, and I am loving stitching on 40 count. Thank you to Stitchin' Mommy for reaching out on my last video and asking how I'm enjoying the 40 count, and I love it. It just takes a little bit of time for me to get used to the paper pattern and to get used to the readers, because I do like using the magnifying readers, but it makes me a little woozy, and I don't. It just takes a little bit for me to get into it. So I love stitching on it. It's just getting used to the mechanics of you know, how close it has to be or how far it has to be. So I love it. And I want to get back to stitching that. I would like to stitch more on Alabama. And then my friend Lindsay, who is the biggest enabler on the planet, because she had me buy that pattern and she sent me the Manhattan Beach pattern. And also, she already started, and I'm gonna start Applejack eventually. And we had talked about doing this on opalescent fabric. Wouldn't that be pretty? If I stitched the set on opalescent. I've never used opalescent, so we'll have to try it. Maybe a 28 count. opalescent or 14. Because I like black work on 14 count. So Applejack is going to happen. I have the floss in this baggie. So that's going to have to happen soon too. Too many plans. I will probably end up not having a new start because I feel like I have so many other things to do that I'm just going to try to make progress this week. My lives are back up on schedule. I'm not sorry. I didn't have one on Monday. It was just a rough day flying back and getting back into the swing of things, getting the end of the year wrapped up at school. And so that I didn't feel like doing a live that day. I will do a live this Friday and on Sunday. Friday it will be maybe 3:30 again. I like that time, and I usually try to schedule the live in advance. And same thing on Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Both of these are Pacific time. And I've noticed my, I keep saying I want to stop doing that. My friends across the country or in other time zones, that 9 a.m. time works pretty well. Any other stitching content? I don't think so. So I would like... Oh, yes, there is one. Another plans, which kind of just popped up in my feed, and I was like, ooh, maybe need to do that. My wonderful friend Claire, who mentioned to me in her Flosstube about my lives, I saw on her Instagram the hashtag seasonal earth sal, which is in this book. And I've been just kind of browsing through this and seeing what I would like to do first. And actually what the sal is kind of what I wanted to do. So it's this really cute little sampler that has that little fox, some birds, some bunnies, oh, it's seasonal. Yep. There's the winter, there's the autumn, there's the summer, there's the spring. I might have to stitch this. It's so cute. I mean, I have plenty of white fabric, so I might actually... Maybe that'll be a new start. I like it. We'll see. We'll see what emotionally exhausted Kaylee does this week. Okay, that's it for stitching content. Now, if you want to stick around and see some beautiful pictures of Seattle, I'm going to show those now. And we had a really good time. We had planned this trip. Hang on, let me get them up. We had planned this trip last year, and then we were unable to complete the trip due to COVID lockdown. And we finally were like, we're vaccinated, they're vaccinated, my friend is vaccinated, so we're just gonna go and spend a weekend with them. So this is the first photo I took. This was on the plane, and this was flying, I believe, over Oregon. And I've never been to the Pacific Northwest, so it was really cool to see the mountains and technically volcanoes. Forgive the graininess. This is my phone all the way zoomed in. Another view of the scratched up airplane window. But the terrain is just really pretty. I'm from the plains, you guys. It doesn't look this pretty from the air to fly into the plains. There we are in Pike's Place. Oh, I got some tiny things. Hang on. I'm going to pause because I need to show you my tiny things. Hang on. How do I pause? I forgot how to pause. I forgot how to pause. Where is it? Your girl can't remember how to pause. Actually, you know what? Go check out my Instagram because the pictures will be better on the Instagram. As you know, my camera will not focus very well. Anyway, look at this cute picture of my husband and I. Aw. Yeah, this was at Pike's Place, and right behind us you see the Olympics. Those are the mountains, not the games. And Seattle is on this really pretty bay. So we went to Pike's Place and saw some beautiful scenery, smelled some fishy markets, and we rode the Ferris wheel. So this is a picture of Mount Rainier. Rainier was so clear when we were there. It was gorgeous. And we did the touristy thing and rode on the Ferris wheel. And whoop, there's the sports ball stadiums and Rainier, which was very clear. Amazing. Very pretty. There's my haul. This came from an island, Vashon Island, and we took the ferry there. It was really cool. And then we went on a hike, which had many gorgeous views of Rainier. Again, pictures don't do this justice, but this was such a beautiful moment because you're hiking in it's basically just lots of green, smells really great, and then you have the trees open up and this beautiful view of Mount Rainier. It was so good. And the hike was a little tough for me because we had to climb, but it was okay. We made it through. And then we took pictures. There's Rainier in the background. We were like, hey, let's take off our hats and we'll take a picture that way. So yeah, that's a good. I'm gonna enjoy that picture for a long time. Then we were driving to this hike and we saw these bald eagles sitting on these posts, and when we drove back they were still there, so we stopped and took a picture of them. There were two. I wonder what they were talking about. And this is the view from my friend's roof of their apartment building, and I covered them up because I did not get permission yet, and I didn't want to be awkward. I just made it awkward, so there we go. Yeah, there's this gorgeous view of the city from their apartment roof. You can tell this is the first night. We were so happy to be there. It was good. Oh, back to the hike. Sorry. We're bopping back and forth. This is at the bottom of the hike. We went down and got to this beach. It wasn't a beach. It was like a rocks. I guess that's a beach, but then this gorgeous view of Rainier. We sat down there for like an hour. It was very peaceful and very calming. And one more view of their view from their roof, and don't mind the deck. It was under construction. And Rainier again. That's it. So it was a great trip. We enjoyed it a lot. And it was great to reconnect with an old friend and play with a cat. That cat was very different than the cats that live here. And it was really entertaining. She loved the stitching. She tried to eat it, and I was working on this, and she was very interested. It was very cute. But yeah, it was a great weekend. I will see you on Friday, and if you have commented or DM'd me or commented on my Flosstube or Instagram, I will respond to those shortly. It's just sometimes I don't want to give you my sad self. I want to give you my content and happy self. So I will respond soon, I promise. And any other comments that I get here, I will respond soon. So that's it for this week. It was a long one, even if I didn't have very much stitching, but we'll sing the song and I'll see you on Friday or Sunday or next week. Or never, because you're sick of me. Who knows? That's okay. No, don't feel bad. I'm just rambling now. You say my Flosstube is over. I have nothing more today. Why so sad? remember we made an arrangement. I upload every Wednesday, and I go live on Friday and Sunday, so maybe you want to turn on the bell notification so you know when I'm live. You'll be back soon, you see. You remember how to get to me. Flosstube and the gram. Subscribe and follow to see my progress in the stitchy. Then da 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 da.